lovelies, and welcome to this week's Crystals and Coffee. Thank you for joining me. We're going to be talking a bit more about our attracting prosperity this week, following on from the last few weeks. It's been our theme of the month about how to attract it, what crystals you can use to help you attract it, and also last week we spoke about how to make a crystal grid in order to help you bring some of your affirmations and your intentions to reality. So this week, I just want to reiterate on something that I covered a few weeks back about a mindset that you need to kind of get yourself into, an attitude or an outlook that can really help with this opening yourself up to prosperity. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. But first of all, I just wanted to introduce to you something brand new that I'm very excited about, which is an addition to Crystals and Coffee. I've set up Crystals and Coffee over on Patreon, and I would love it if you could go and check it out and have a little look over there at what's going on. And you have the opportunity there to become a Crystals and Coffee member from as little as $1 a month. And you will have access to exclusive Patreon-only episodes. There are options to be able to vote on what future episodes can be about. There'll be a monthly crystal vlog over there for you to watch. And there's also an opportunity to be able to join in on exclusive monthly Q&A vlogs as well, where you can submit your questions and I will answer as many as I can in a monthly video over on Patreon. And you can also benefit from discounts on my online crystal store as well. So if you love Crystals and Coffee as much as I love making it, check that out. I'm going to put the link in the description below, take you straight to the Patreon page where you can read more about all of the benefits that are available and see which ones suit you best, and you want to get more out of your listening and even more content and more value and learn even more about crystals, then it would be great if you join me over there and become a Crystals and Coffee member. It's something that I'm really, really excited about, and I really hope that you enjoy it too. So like I said, the link will be in the description for you to check that out after today's episode. Okay, so back to what we were going to be talking about. So we're going to be talking about a mindset today of how you can get yourself into this into like a state of wanting to receive and not inadvertently putting up energetic blocks to gaining what it is that you want to get into your life. So we do this a lot without even realizing it. I think everybody does it from time to time, some more than others. It all depends on how you work on your mindset, really. And it can be very simple, or it might take you a little while to practice it if it's something that you're not used to doing. But that's okay, because the more that you can try to do these little things that I'm going to talk about, the easier it will become, and you can start opening yourself up. So things that we do to self-sabotage ourselves unknowingly is that we tend to focus on the negative. It's very easy to do. Sometimes we don't realize that we're doing it, or sometimes it's so overwhelming we can't do anything but focus on the negative. So if something bad happens, or you're constantly getting shut down, and walls keep appearing and blocks keep appearing on the path that you want to go down, or you focus on not having enough of this, that, or the other, either it be not having enough money, not having enough space, not having enough friends, not having enough opportunities. Anything that we focus on the not having enough is the energy that we are putting out there. We do it completely unintentionally, but that is what we do. We focus on the negative because that is what's at the forefront of our minds, and it's very, very easy to dwell on that. And unknowingly, that's the energy we're giving off, and it can become quite the negative cycle, and can be, the further you are into it, the harder it can be to break. So what I'm saying is, through practice, through conscious effort, you will be able to break this pattern and start training yourself almost to think of the positives, to think of the things that you want to happen, or imagine them as if they have already happened. So that's the energy that you're putting out there, and not this energy of lack or negativity. So one of the easiest ways to start doing this is to focus on what you do have. So when you're in this negative cycle, you might think, well, I don't have much, or I don't have what I want. And instantly you're going back to that default of I don't have, but this, but that. So we need to nip that in the bud and start thinking about what you do have. No ifs, no buts. So what you can do is, if this is quite difficult for you to do, you may find it easier if you do this as a focused exercise, maybe with a journal entry, or just anywhere where you can just note it down. And it's very similar to some gratitude exercises that I've spoken about before, where you list a minimum of 3 things that you do have in your life, that you are grateful for, that you do feel fortunate to have. And I defy anyone to not be able to think of 3 things that they are thankful for, or that they are glad that they have. It can be anything as small as you like, or big things like having a home, food in the cupboard, to small as my morning cup of coffee. It can be whatever makes you smile, whatever makes you think, yeah, I love this, this is great. Is start focusing on those. And if you can do that on a daily basis, it's already, even if it's just for a few minutes a day, it's starting to make you focus on the positive. And focusing on the positive, whether you like it or not, will make you feel better. It's just one of those things. It's what happens. So if you're able to start putting a conscious effort into breaking the negativity cycle, then you're going to be able to move towards this positive thinking. But it does take a conscious effort, and you do need to want to do it. It's not going to happen on its own. You're not going to be able to set up a crystal grid or carry some crystals with you and magically overnight feel like a better person. They don't work like that. They're a support tool to help you along your process, your healing process that you have to partake in. There's no way around that, I'm afraid. It's just the way it works. So by doing this small exercise, it starts to chip away at the negativity, and it starts to help you turn your focus to the positive. Now, some days, as you get more and more used to this, you may be able to list a whole host of things, and you may then, when you're feeling negative, you can look at these lists and think, actually, yes, I have a lot to be thankful for. I can be happy with what I have. Because it's not until we feel happy or content with what we have that we can be in a place where we're ready to grow. Because if you just want to pile on more and more things without understanding how you can be okay if you don't have them, then nothing's ever going to be enough. You're always going to be chasing something because you've never made peace with yourself or peace with the situation that you want to be in. Now, that can sound very complicated, and I completely agree that doing little gratitude lists every day isn't going to fix that as a whole problem. It is a healing process. There's an awful lot involved with that. But these are small little exercises that can help you along the way. That's the purpose of doing these, of focusing on gratitude, focusing on things that make you smile and make you happy, to help you chip away at that negativity. And in time, you may then be able to start noticing when you're going down a negative cycle, or you're starting to pull on the negative instantly. And if you can then notice that and correct yourself by thinking, but hang on, and then thinking to yourself, or physically going to look at the lists you've written, it's almost a way of training yourself to catch yourself out, noting, hang on, this is going down the wrong path, this is what I need to focus on. And this comes with practice, and it comes with making it a habit, so it is something that you need to do consistently. But it's so worth it, and it is effort, but it's very minimal effort to get you started. It's just to get the ball rolling, take that first step into, no, I want to break this cycle, I want to feel better, I need to stop dwelling on these sorts of things. So this is one thing that you can do to help yourself with that. And it also then changes the energy you're giving out, because if you're giving out an energy of positivity or contentment or love, then by law of attraction, that's what you're going to start to attract back to you. You can look at people and think, oh, they're so lucky, they always have this, they always have that. But it might just be because they're not lucky. It's because if they have positive thinking, or they're willing to take risks, or they go for opportunities, or they seek out opportunities because they're a little bit more forward thinking, then that's what it is. Things don't happen by chance. As much as it may seem like it from a distance, we don't know what really goes on with somebody else. But generally speaking, that's what it is. It's about being proactive. It's about being responsible for your own behavior and your own thoughts, and making a conscious effort and grabbing opportunities when they come, instead of worrying about, but what if it doesn't work out? It's focusing on, but what if it does? And this is something that I still work on. I don't have all of this figured out every single day of my life. I'm only human. I have days, even very, very recently, in the last couple of weeks, I've had days where I've been focusing on the what ifs and the buts, and I have to check myself. I have to rein myself in and focus on something else, either by distracting myself or making myself think about, but what if it does work out, this and this, and how can I make that happen? And bringing some control back into my thoughts, and it really, really helps. And I know if you start doing this, you will start to feel a difference. It may only be very small to start off with, but it builds. And if you can start to break this cycle, the more confident you will feel. And you may feel that you want to do more, such as positive affirmations, meditations, visualization. It all leads on. And these are all things that I'm going to be talking about starting from next week. The October theme is moving from this opening yourself up to prosperity and abundance to actually manifesting what we want in our lives. So the theme for October is manifestation. So each episode, each week, we're going to be focusing on how you can move from this point to then actually starting to make things happen and put yourself in a position where good things can happen. So that's what we're going to be doing over the next few weeks. So try that exercise to retrain your focus, and maybe you can start catching yourself out when you start on these negative cycles of thinking, and bring yourself back to the present and focus on the positive things and things that you have to help change your outlook and change your perspective. It really does help. The more consistent you are, the more often you do it, and the more of a habit it will become, the easier it will become, the longer your lists will become. And it is really, really worth doing. So I hope you give that a try, and that you also join me for October's episodes once a week, talking about the manifestation, kind of the next stage with what we're going to move on from here. So thank you very much for listening this week. Go try that exercise. As always, I love to hear from you. There are links to my socials in the description, so you can contact me via those, or go take a look at my website. As I mentioned earlier in the episode, there is the link to my Patreon in the description, so you can come over and join and be a Crystal and Coffee's member, show your support for the podcast. Would love to have you there. I'd be so very grateful for your support. I love to know that you're listening and that you enjoy it, and that would be really great. I'd love to see you there and be able to share all of these wonderful things with you. But in the meantime, have a great week. Take care of yourselves, and I will speak to you very soon. Bye.